Paige VanZant. Welcome to Misfits Boxing, first
Thank
and
you.
foremost. It's great to have you here. Why are you doing this?
Gosh, I felt like when I left the UFC, I'm still wanting to be active and still wanting to fight and wanting to compete. And I've had so many offers coming my way from bare knuckle boxing, from boxing promotions, from this and that. And I really just wanted to do what excited me. And I had been training for so long, preparing for the next opportunity. And Misfits came with an offer, and I was like, yes, that's what I want to do.
Talk to me a little bit about Misfits coming to you with an offer. You don't need to go to personal details, but like, how did Mams reach out? Were you guys already talking? How are we here?
We're here because my manager called me and said Misfits made an offer. And I had offers for bare knuckle boxing still, I have other offers on the table, but for me, I felt like I wanted to show off how hard I've been working in boxing, how hard I've been training and focused for the last few years on straight boxing, and this was the opportunity that I got to do that.
You've been face to face with Elle Brooke already today. How did that feel? What do you think about her?
Yeah, I did my face-to-face with Elle. It's interesting. Going face-to-face with your opponent, especially somebody you've been thinking about for so long, somebody you wake up and you focus on for the last few months, and now knowing that she'll be in my mind up until the fight, it's nice to put a face to the name. It's nice to get eyes on your opponent, put hands on them, and get an idea of what their mindset is like. And speaking with her today, I can definitely tell that she does not have the strength and the mindset that I have coming into this.
What did you make of it when you extended your hand? I saw this twice actually. When you first arrived, you put your hand out to shake hand and she said no. And then again, across the table from one another, you put your hand out and she said no. Talk to me about that.
I think, shaking someone's hand, it's a sign of respect and honor. Coming into this, of course there's nerves because I want this. I want to win. I want to be successful because I know how hard I've worked. There's a different kind of nerves when you can't touch somebody. There's a different kind of nerves when you can't shake somebody's hand. And that's a weak character.
You think she's nervous?
She has to be. To not shake somebody's hand, of course. Maybe she has a strategy or a game plan going on, but never in my career would I ever not shake my opponent's hand.
I know this is not a completely fair question because you're not transitioning straight from MMA to boxing, but we've seen fighters make that same jump from MMA to boxing. Dylan Dennis recently, and it doesn't go their way.
Dylan Dennis is not a fighter. He's not a fair comparison. But
there are other examples. I was more referring to
Give me some
Misfits.
other examples of MMA fighters.
Ben Askren.
Not a fighter.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one
Nate
too. He's
Diaz?
a wrestler.
Nate Diaz is
great.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz.
But when he made
George
the switch to
Masvidal.
boxing, Masvidal, yeah. When he made the switch to boxing, it didn't go his way.
So I think a lot of people try to compare my career to UFC veterans who leave the UFC because they either get cut or it's the end of their career. I left the UFC when I was 25 maybe, and 25 years old. I wasn't 40. I didn't have 100 fights under my belt. I was still young in the career and young in my sport and young in my discipline. I just turned 30. I have many, many more years to compete. A lot of the MMA fighters who leave the UFC are leaving because they have nothing left except for competing in other ventures. I'm choosing to do this. I could choose to do absolutely anything that I want to do. I'm choosing to box.
She says she's going to retire you.
I think there's a reason Misfits had me sign a multi-fight contract, and they're preparing me for the next one already. So.
That simple. How does your experience help you in this fight?
Of course, experience helps. Not only the experience of the fights that I have under my belt, but the experience training every single day in the gym. I compete every single day I walk into American Top Team. It's one of the best, most dangerous, most notable gyms for a reason. So I walk in every single day and I compete.
Do you think you could be the biggest name in female boxing? If you come in, you win, do you take a belt home?
No, I have no desire to be the biggest name in female boxing because there's so many female boxers who have paved the way for people like me who have been trailblazers, and they deserve their respect. I do hope to be a name in women's boxing that is respected, but there's so many other trailblazers that I just tip my hat off to more than myself.
Final question. How do you feel about headlining in Houston and being part of the first ever female main event for Misfits Boxing?
It's great, honestly. My opponents tried to say that I had fallen off, but I had to remind her we're the main event for a reason. Every fight I go into, I'm the main event. And it's not by choice. Trust me, I don't want to be here doing all the interviews and all the press and all the media. I just want to fight. But I love Texas. I have 3 wins in Texas, and I plan to make it a 4th. And I'm really excited to fight in front of fans that really love me.
Paige, we can't wait to see you in a Misfits Boxing ring. Really happy to have you here. Welcome to the team.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you fight week.